guys, it's me, Tatum, Joseph's mom. I just want to come over here and give some updates. I'm swapping with mom now, so I'm headed to Atlanta, and she will be coming back to the house. You know, we're taking turns. The updates, I'm trying to give them the best I can. I will come over here with some videos of Joseph. Maybe I can get some therapy tomorrow and different things. The ophthalmologist did come in. We didn't get the greatest news on his eyesight. But let me tell you what God can do. Okay. When Joseph, you know, was first hurt, first they told me he wouldn't make it. And if he did, he would be a vegetable. Or they told me he was brain dead. Well, God proved him wrong on that because he wasn't brain dead. Then after, you know, he was on the machine, the vent, and then they put the trach in with the vent hooked up. They told me that he would never probably come off the vent. Well, he got Shepherd's and he came off the vent. Then the Shepherd said if he came off, or Shan said if he came off the vent, he would probably never, you know, he'd never be able to get the trach removed because he'd never be able to eat and swallow. Well, he got the trach removed, and of course he can eat anything he wants. Then I was told that, you know, they told me that his eyesight was permanent, that he would be blind for the rest of his life. I never really talked about that because that was something that I could never say. I mean, somebody like Joseph, you just can't say, hey, he's blind and he's never going to be able to see again. With a kid like Joseph, that's just not something that you can, that's like telling him he wouldn't be able to walk again. You know, that's just not something you talk about. I started to get a little worried about his eyesight because, you know, I mean, every time they would check him, you know, he didn't move or nothing like that. But then one day I started noticing it. And, you know, I would do little things and, you know, he would say, Mama, what are you doing? Or he would say what color shirt I have on. Y'all have actually seen him where I show him a piece of paper and he reads it. So when she went in there and looked, the doctor said, you know, there's a cord behind your eye back there, and it was severely damaged. When he got hit on the head, it was severely damaged. And she said, there's no surgery we can do. It's just not going to get any better, is what she told us the other day. But she said, how is he seeing? She doesn't understand how he is seeing now. I said, I'm going to tell you how he's seeing. It's called God. So Joseph is not blind, even though it's showing he is. Can you imagine a doctor looking and then asking him questions and seeing that he's not blind? One eye is better than the other, but it's just, you know, science, you know, can only show you so much. We all know that God is the one who actually, you know, that makes the final decision. So even though it shows, if you were to do tests, Joseph could act like he's blind and you could never prove him wrong. So next week we'll be talking to the orthopedic doctor, but I'm going to try to get you some videos. I want y'all to know he is standing again. He's standing for long periods of time, so he is getting ready to take his steps. Y'all know that I will get that on video because that's going to be one of the best days of my life. Now, Joseph's behavior has not been 100% great, but y'all all know Joseph is his own person, and he just, sometimes he lashes out, but he is a fighter, and he is fighting, and he's beat all the odds. He's continuing to beat the odds every day. And, you know, people ask me, you know, Tatum, how do you deal with the fact of what these people done to him? I want to explain something. Every time there's a different diagnosis, every time I see him fight, every time I see him stand, guess what? They are losing because God is with Joseph and he's winning. The devil don't never win, but let me tell you something. God says vengeance is his, and it's going to happen. It's coming, and it's getting closer. Every single one of them that done this to my child, if you withheld evidence, if you knew about it, if you were there and you let him lay there and you did not call 911, I am coming for your ass. You bet your bet Tatum Thrift Walker is coming for your ass. It is coming, because every time Joseph gets better, that just gives me more time to come for your ass. And I'm coming with every big gun, every big dog that my family knows. I am going to the top of the totem pole. So I'm not worried if Little Ware County ain't going to do nothing. I don't need Little Ware County to do anything. I know people all over the world. So I don't care if like I said, if Little Ware County does anything or not. They're not doing nothing on a lot of cases. And I'm not blaming just one person. I'm blaming a lot of things. A lot of things should be done. And there's a lot of cases that a lot of things is fixing to be different about. Because they all the time say that sometimes people do things and then they do it to the wrong person. The day that my son was hit in the head with a shovel and left laying on a mattress underneath an old skanked out barn for 12 to 14 hours where a bunch of low-life pieces of shits partied around him, that was the day they messed with the wrong mama bear and the wrong family. Because anybody that knows my family knows justice will be served. And like I keep telling everybody, they're like, Tatum, how do you sit there? How do you don't jump on them? Let me explain something to y'all again. It would be very, very easy for me to jump on every single one of them, because I was willing to put every dime that I had in the bank or in anybody that I know's bank account, that they not know one of them could whip me, probably all together. It's just the fact of I'm mad, I'm hurt, and they just don't want none. I'm just going to say that. But what point would that prove? That's too easy. I want them to suffer. You know why I want them to suffer? Because they don't have any remorse. They do not have any remorse for what they did to my son. And let me tell you something. I've said it over and over. I see them and I see the smirk in their eyes like I got away with it. Or what you gonna do? You're gonna see what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna do it the right way. I ain't gonna never give a reason for the law to lock me up. I'm not gonna give a reason for that, because what's so sad about it, if I probably whooped every one of them's ass, they would probably try to come and lock me up. But here's the thing, I'm not gonna go after them. Now, if they come at me or say something to me, then I will whip their ass. And you know what? If I had to sit in jail, I had to sit in jail. But I bet you every news outlet in this county, and they would love to get that on tape. Taking the mom to jail, after they're just walking around free. But like I said, they ain't gonna come up to me. They gonna sit behind a computer and run their mouth. That's just how they work. But every day that he gets stronger and every day he fights a little bit harder, I'm gonna fight for him. I'm gonna be his advocate, and I'm telling you. And I want to say one more thing to all you parents out there. Watch your kids. Watch who they hang out with. Do not let them feel sorry for people, because they don't have the things that they do. Their parents, most of them choose to be that way. I have no remorse for drug addicts. Y'all know that. A lot of you don't like that I say that. Okay? If you go and you get clean and you go to church and you've been that way for a while, I praise you for that. A lot of people has changed my mind on that. But I just don't understand it. I do not think that it's a sickness. And it might be, I used to drink and party and I quit. I think that some people, it is harder for some people than it is other people. Some people do need to get help to quit. But people like them, I just don't have a lot of sympathy for them. Now, different situations, like I said, now are different. And I want to say this to all you parents out there. Please watch who your kids hang around, because there is so many kids that are not happy for other kids. They are jealous that they've got things that they don't, and they'll act like they're their friend, and they're not. Okay, and another thing, they're cowards. They're not going to fight your kid, fair. They're going to do something to try to take your kid down. So anytime any of you wants to reach out with me, you've got a problem with your child and they don't believe it, you reach out to me. I will come and talk to your child, and I will let your child talk to Joseph, and let them see him, and let them see what he has went through. I am going to be writing a book. My book is going to be a journey of everything that I have went through with Joseph, from the beginning. until he walks, because he's going to walk. And the reason I'm going to do that, and it's going to take me a while to do it, my dad has wrote several books that you guys know, so he will be helping me with it. But the reason I decided I wanted to do this, I spoke with my husband about it before, and I want to say I could never be who I am today. My husband is the reason I am who I am today, besides my parents. My husband pushes me. My husband stands behind me 110%. I could not ask for a better man. When God brought him back into my life, he blessed me. He blessed me. He is my soulmate. You know, they say you really have, how many, you can have more than one love in your life, or one love of your lifetime. But to me, you can only have one soulmate. And to me, he's both. You know, that's just how I feel. He is the wind beneath my wings. He's who pushes me. He'll stand in the back just so I can stand out in the light. That's just who he is. Also, I could not be where I'm at without my friends. I have, you know, some of the greatest, Cindy and Jamie, they push me daily. Me and Cindy are like sisters. So are me and Jamie, but me and Jamie argue like sisters. I always laugh about that with Cindy. I say, you know, because me and Cindy don't really argue. We've never really argued. And me and Jamie, we like laugh argue. Like, it's not like an argument that you're like, what? But people that don't know us will be looking at us like, what's going on? You know? And I'm like, we're just crazy like that. Sometimes I tell her she tries to be more of a mom to me, you know, than a sister, but you gotta love it. And Cindy loves it too. She laughs about it because, you know, we're just crazy like that. Also, you know, Christy, she's out of town now. She lives in St. Augustine, and I do not get to see her like I want to, and it's hard to try to, every time I say I'm going to be able to go, something happens and I don't get to go. So I'm going to just quit telling her when I'm coming and just pop up one day. But she was an inspiration with me, especially growing up. My mom would always, you know, be like, well, Christy's going to dance today, or Christy's playing ball, and I would always watch her. And you know, she was a big role model to me growing up. I don't get to see Michelle as much, even though she lives down the road. But if I wanted to call her tomorrow, she'd be there. To my friends Mandy and them, you know, they work a lot. You know, she's a PA, but her and Virginia and all them. But I could call them right now and they'd be there. So, and my family's the same way. My mom and dad, I have the best mom and dad that anybody could ever ask for, and the best in-laws. So I could just say, you know, I have a lot of people that back me and, you know, are there for me. So I'm just really excited to sit down and really write. And basically what it's going to be, the chapters, is the chapters that we have went through in this journey, and of how, you know, Joseph broke every rule. And people tell me all the time, you know, I even had a family friend tell me the other day that they were mad with me when Joseph first got hurt. And she didn't mean it in a bad way. She just said, well, Tatum, I thought you were being selfish with Joseph, but the faith that you had, the faith you had in God brought him back. They said, I never knew your faith was that strong. And I said, well, I get that from my dad, because no matter whatever I did, I always had faith in the Lord. I had faith in what he could do. And when Joseph lay there for 12 to 14 hours and he was still alive, I knew right then. I said, there's no way. God saved him for a reason. And now it's my job as a mom to fight for him and to have faith in the Lord and understand what he is telling me to do. And, well, you guys see what happened. He lived, and he continues to strive every day. And for him to have his whole brain, you know, to be able to remember things from 10 years ago, it is just phenomenal. I mean, can you imagine that, having that hard of a brain injury and being able to, you know what I'm saying, having the biggest hematoma Shan's had ever seen? So I can't wait to start on the book. Actually, while I'm up here, I think I'm actually going to start taking some notes. And, you know, really, I want people to understand, how do I say this? Understand that having faith in the Lord can work out the best you've ever thought. You trust in him. He is real. You might not can hear him, but he is talking to you. Okay, so I just want to give this journey, from the first to the end, and really show how Joseph has improved, and how I'm so thankful and thankful to every prayer and everyone. So I just want to come on here with updates and let you guys know that while I'm up here, I will be videoing him and different stuff. So just keep him in your prayers, all of us and the doctors. Just keep having that faith like we do. That a lot of you have said, I cannot wait to see Joseph walk, because I feel like y'all have went through this journey with us, and we're just going to continue to go through it. And without your prayers and your kind words and your encouragement, I don't know where we would be. So I love you all, and remember, Joseph Strong, justice for Joseph, and justice for all of them, including Austin and CJ, all these ones that have not had justice. It is coming. I promise you, it is coming. I love you guys.